Come on, like literally genuinely racist. Like, no, because back in the day, racism was what? Segregation. You wouldn't associate with people with dark skin. You wouldn't want nothing to do with them. Growing up.
Let's go, baby. Woo. Cheers.
We survived the wings.
Oh my God.
We survived. Everyone, before we start, this is positive capybara. Beautiful little gift my fiance got me a while ago. I'm just going to read it out for all of you guys going through some tough times. I'm a tiny capybara, but I believe in you. Go do your thing. Don't worry, just be Cappy.
Fuck.
All right?
From the Cappy himself.
This is from, he's got a carrot on his head, for fuck's sake. So he's going to sit next to Henry now. All right, spread a bit of positivity for all of you guys. We were speaking off air. Since these wings for your guys' entertainment, I've been shitting green. Like it's literally like the color of Shrek and it's freaking me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not in a good way
like
the next day.
Literally green.
Yeah. The next day, me and Tori got up because you know you're so drunk, because I was a bit drunk as well, man.
Yeah.
Do you know you're that drunk? Do you know I was that drunk? Put it this way, I didn't finish my Frengos, which I finish usually everything plus Tori's chips.
Wow.
But I was so like sloppy where I didn't really get to appreciate the food as much because, you know, when you're drinking, plus we're having a few wings, like I wasn't full, but the drinks plus the wings, not that hungry, right? Like I wasn't that hungry.
I didn't even eat dinner. I was satisfied with the wings.
Yeah.
I was fine.
And I fucked my face with Frengos, and then I was like, shit. I was like, so we went to sleep. Woke up in the morning, kind of early, like 7, and I was like, let's go for a walk around the block. Went for a walk, and man, do you know how when they say you should get up and, you know, even after dinner they say go for a walk, helps digestion. Same in the morning, helps you just, you know, digest food more and then whatever. I took about fucking 50 steps from the house, and then and I'm like, oh my God. And then Tori was talking to me, and it was so bad where, you know, I'm saying before I always interrupt while I'm in the conversation. I was just merely, she was talking at me and I was like, I can't even show attention. I can't even show like that I'm even into the conversation. This was happening if I wasn't focusing solely on that shit, not leaving my asshole. And Tori's like, just run. I'm like, if I run, it's coming out. It's not even a one stride and just.
Oh God.
Yeah, I would have shat on my own balls. That's how aggressive it would have been. But
well, speaking of which, Tori.
Speaking of shitting on someone's balls.
She's not here today. We're a man down. So today might be an episode of a bit of misinformation. We are taking applications for a new producer. Hit my email. We've got some stuff on the website. Nah. She's feeling a bit under the weather. So get well soon.
Having an unpaid sickie.
Unpaid sickie, which is coming out of her own hours. This one, I don't believe in compo or sickies here to check them up.
Or pay,
or pay in general.
We're actually sponsored by South Korea. So, North Korea.
DZ, what's been happening, man? I mean, we recorded literally like 2 days ago. Yeah, so. I feel like nothing much has happened. I haven't really been checking on the news, so I'm solely surviving on YouTube.
I was hoping you'd have a little more because it's so overwhelming, literally these days that there's so much stuff that sometimes I just can't be. I write down a few things. I got like 3 things, and then I'm just like, they will bring up most of this shit surely. It's just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But we didn't mention last week because we're doing the wings, but. Him and I think like 2 weeks ago now, we went to this fucking VR thing. You ever done one of these things?
No, is that like you can see the pyramids of Egypt? And I haven't done it yet. Is it good?
Bro, we did this one where it takes you through time. So it like starts with the earth, just like a molten lava rock, and then it goes through like all the time periods and dinosaurs.
When did you do that?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weekends ago. So the weekend before the wings.
We did it with our families, and they were just like, we got spare tickets, you want to come? And Rose and I were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll go. And bro, this shit is so crazy that like
bro, like was it almost believable? Like, you know when you go to watch WWE, you know it's fake. Obviously, you know it's fake. But
like, we're trying to touch shit and everything as well. But like it's just the graphics aren't great.
The graphics aren't there yet.
But it will be.
The idea is there.
Like, and the fact so you go in a group. So it was us 4, me, Rose, him and Chloe. We put on the goggles and then you can see each other with your name at the top, and we're just like these
Little
blank avatars, right? But then you can see everyone else too, but they're not in your group, so they don't got the names. You just see their silhouettes, like their avatars, if they're too close to you. It's just fucking wild, man. And you take off the goggles at the end, and you literally see it's just a big square room. There's nothing in there.
Like trippy, man.
Just a blank white square room, but you full put on this thing, and it's like little tribes people and shit. And you could. There was a bit where you're in the water, right? If you duck, like physically, you crouch down, you're under the water, and you can see under the water, and you see the fish and shit. Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
And I'm just imagining
it
like
was gnarly,
5 years from now doing that again, and the graphics are gonna be wild. Or like even when you get in Ready Player One shit, and you're like, we all have our own created avatars and shit. It's just fucking crazy.
Like Avatar vibes, similar.
And some people, like some of the girls, right, that were doing it just because it's like a big group of people, but you go in like. Things, they're short, right? And their avatars, like for some reason, I kept seeing people who are like knee height. They're like these tiny little avatars. I was like, what the fuck's going on there? And some dudes are tall as and shit. It's just weird but you can feel like see your hands as well. You move them and you touch each other. It's fucking crazy, man.
I thought there'd be more. Maybe it's me just thinking like because everything has happened, we kind of live through like the evolution of all this, right? I thought with AI and all that virtual reality stuff would be a bit more honed in graphic wise. So like when you say graphics are bad, are we talking like 2D shit? Like
nah.
We're talking Sims.
It's like PlayStation 3 graphics, man. It's like 3D models, but like you can. It's not meant to be realistic, and it's got a cartoonish style. To it, you know?
Okay. It was almost like a chat Fortnite graphics. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, it looked like Fortnite. It looked like Fortnite.
Yeah.
It was like chat Fortnite. It was like maybe like Fortnite if it got released on PS3.
Yeah, okay.
So the graphics are crap to the point where you know you're in a VR like game thing, but the idea is incredible. Like the way they set it up where it's just you're in a square room and there's like different panels in the room with like little black dots on it, which are like the visuals. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. It just makes you think. Can you imagine the ones that they do have stored away that they're working on that are like the next level up? Because there would be companies out there that have that, but the graphics are way better. But they're probably still tweaking it, not releasing it, or they're just waiting for that moment where they go, okay, now we're going to release it. Like, you know what I mean? They'd have that. Like, but
it's what Mark Zuckerberg's working on. What Meta, the whole thing. Now.
I want to. When I do that, I want to be like swept away to the point where like it's just. I remember as a kid. We went to Movie World, and I'll never forget this. It wasn't even that. It was like one of those moments in your life you just remember for some reason. But it was like do you know how it had like a 4D experience where you're in this thing and like you go, moving and it's Shrek, and it was Shrek, and then Donkey sneezes on you, and the spray goes. And I remember being a kid being like, oh my God. Like,
and they just got a little water that just shoots out.
A little Mexican guy with a spray bottle.
Yeah, but and it calls, Jose, enough water. But I'm literally there going like, I'm in this world, right? I want to be, like, I don't want to go, and it would have been good to go, don't get me wrong. But, and obviously you're not a kid, you know it's not real. But I want to just be like, holy shit, bro. Like, imagine those fish being able to interact some way with those fish, as in like, if you get in the way of something, is it moving around you and and acknowledging you and not just you it?
It will be like
it will be eventually.
It definitely will.
But in terms of graphics, I just assumed that they would be more ahead. But it still sounds like fun. Like they wouldn't have it if it was completely true. Like what about the Egyptian? There's the Egyptian one, right?
There's also like a dinosaur one. But the problem with that though is that when it does get to the point like you just said, that's going to be the scary point where cunts are going to want to take off the helmets. It's like Ready Player One.
You can buy them. You can just buy them.
It just gets to the point where society goes backwards in real life, but in VR we progress. You know what I'm saying? Like in Ready Player One, it's set in like 2050 or like 2040, which is only like 20 something years away from now. But they've gone back to like living in like huts and shit because no one cares about the real world anymore because everyone's so fucking in the game.
Yeah, like you could just live the most horrid fucking lifestyle here in a box, a shoebox, but you're never...
But in the VR, you could be playing some rich business owner, you know what I'm saying, driving in limos, but outside you're just living in a hut and you've like lost your job and shit because you're not going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
everyone talks about that like it's a bad thing, right? And on paper it sounds bad, but like if you think about it, is it that bad? If you're super poor and you got like
imagine
everything you value is in this world and it's way better. what's the problem? You know what I mean? Like, if you can survive, you make money, you do everything in that life, and then you take it off, and it's just a shit little, like, yeah, at least that can take you out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not for it. Like, I think it's kind of fucking dystopian. But
so DZ's going to be the first one in there. Like, this is,
you know what I'm saying? Though? Like, if you got nothing else going on, like, why is that so bad? Like, you can live a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's kind of sad to go, my better life was the virtual one and not the real one. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Like, but then it's like, to many people, that is a reality though, right? So it's just like, but then it's like,
who's to say we're not already in that anyway?
Yeah.
What's up, FireCast? It's Friendly Fire here, owner of Tripjacker Mafia Records, and we're very proud to announce our new sponsorship with the Hydro Grip. They have a BPA-free bottle, and they have a magnet on top of the bottle, so you can film your sets at the gym for content, social media, if you run a podcast yourself. As you can see here, the phone's sitting very securely on top of this magnet. Very stable when it's full or empty. Super secure magnet, stays hot for 12 hours or cold for 24 hours. And 10% of all sales go to the Sydney's Children's Hospital, which we find super dope. So be sure to go over there and purchase yourself a bottle. And don't be shy to let them know that you're coming from the FireCast community, so we can all spread the love. Thank you.
Have you heard about this thing where they're doing this to people on DMT, right? They look into a laser, and a red laser, they put a red laser on the wall, right? And they look in the laser and they can see like code, like the Matrix on real life. So the code is...
While you're looking into the laser.
So it's like the laser... I'm a bit confused in how it works, but there's all like documentaries and shit on it now. It's big. Joe Rogan and shit were talking about it. You look in the laser and they can see code in real life. And they don't... It's not the laser because they move it and the code is... It's locked to that position. So there's code coming from somewhere. They don't know what the code... It's like the code on everything. And it's like DMT and a red laser peels back the layer of reality. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking weird, bro.
Oh, Joey, you're up, mate.
Yeah. Give me a hit of ayahuasca.
Live DMT session, and we'll just watch out. We'll just sit here and watch
I would love to do DMT again at one point in my life.
I think it has something to do with DMT. They're mentioning DMT, but like the people, there's a documentary and they're looking at it, and you can see like.
See, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do with the code. Like, you got to give it to someone who's smart enough to be. I see numbers. I'm just like, oh, cool, numbers. Like, what? The story would end with me. Yeah.
Like, it's so strange. Like, what is that? Are we living in a simulation, and that's like the ingredients to see through the?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? And like DMT releases in your brain when you die. It's made by the pineal gland. Like, what is, bro? That shit's fucking banana. Yeah. Anyway.
We should all go to Peru, do like a FireCast thing in Peru, and we smoke ayahuasca in the jungle. We all go bananas. And they're like, ah! Okay, we're not even talking. We're just dribbling and shit on camera for 7 hours.
We're in loincloths.
Fucking. Also announcement. I deleted the Discord.
Oh, did you?
Yep, it's over, boys.
Yeah, it was dead for a while.
It was a good run. It was fun in there for a little bit, man. It was popping, but you know, sometimes you got to admit, you know, when things have kind of died, pull the plug. I will return though. We will return in the future. But just for now, you know, just one less thing I've got to worry about. Get rid of it.
Fair enough.
I would like to return, in the future.
And you also stopped your Brazzers subscription after 20 years.
Yep, and that's also now cancelled. Yep. So yeah, that's gone. So if you're wondering, you know, even though it was pretty dead in there, but yeah, that is gone. So thank you for everyone that did participate over the years. That shit was fun, man. It was fucking popping at one point. We had like 100 motherfuckers in there all talking and shit.
It was cool.
That shit was fun.
All that, so the Patreon too, all that shit will come back eventually. Just when there's more demand for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've got to keep building the fan base, you know.
I keep forgetting to do these announcements, man. My song Shady review was already out. It's been out for like 2 weeks more. And then I got another song coming out this Sunday. So by the time you're listening to this, it's already out. Who We Are. Check it out. Listen to it. I got another song. Verse just sent me his vocals, so collab with Verse will probably be the next one. Or yeah, I got a lot of songs coming. Working on that album. You're also working on that album. Yep.
Album's coming along good. It's fun. I'll probably have that ready about April. I reckon probably June. And then leading up to June, I'm going to release a couple of the like album songs as singles. And then they're going to be on the album. Just because, yeah, it's fun. Gives me time to just kind of chill. Work on other things. like it is cool. I do prefer doing the singles as soon as you can, but like again, I also don't like making myself burn out trying to fucking. And again, when you're doing EDM, man, it's a different fucking. Like I said, I'm in a complete different lane, bro. Like I'm not even just saying that to be a cocky cunt. Like you listen to the shit that I'm making compared to everyone else. You can't even compare them. Like you can't. It's like comparing fucking, I don't know, hockey and then fucking basketball.
Yeah.
There's
pasta with no cheese and then pasta with cheese.
There's no argument. Like you're literally just gonna have half that go, I want pasta with cheese, or the other half's gonna go, I want the pasta without the cheese. Like you really can't, you know.
Yeah. But everyone knows what the best one is.
So yeah, give me time to chill. Speaking of albums, Skrillex, I don't know if he shadow dropped this shit or what, because I thought it was an April Fool's thing, but he dropped the fucking album. He literally dropped an album after like 10 years of not doing EDM, and goddamn, what a banger.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man. What a fuck. I listened to it at work while I was driving around, man. Fuck, what a banger. What the funny cunt did, which is actually what I'm doing for my album for the first time ever, is you have to listen to the album in order, because
it's like a story.
It's literally, but not just that, it's the way he set it out. So example, the first song on the album's not even a song. It's literally just like an intro clip. And then the second thing's like another little mini intro clip. He's got like 3 intro clips, but it all sounds like one giant fucking intro thing. So I was only listening to the album and like only 40 seconds in, I looked, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm already up to the 3rd song. What the hell's going on here? I thought Spotify was glitching. So I'm going through going, what the fuck? Restarted the album a couple times going, oh, I'm like, this motherfucker's releasing shit as like 20-second audio files. I'm like, what a funny cunt. So he's doing these little 20-second things, and then the song drops. The song goes for like a minute. So the whole album sounds like one ginormous DJ set. It's fucking trippy as.
That's cool.
It's trippy as, but as always, bro, Skrillex the king, man. If anyone can do it, bro.
How long was the album, minute-wise?
50 minutes.
50?
50 minutes, bro.
That's mad having a long intro like that.
Yes.
I was like, you best hope that you got enough minutes on that. If you're doing 20-second clips.
No, it was 50 minutes. That's why when I first looked at the album, right, before I fucking played it, I was scrolling through. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is going to take me 2 days to listen to. There's like fucking 40 songs on here.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck. It was heaps. I was like full scrolling to get to the bottom of the album. I'm like, fucking hell. I'm like, all right, pop off, king. And then I realized as I was listening, I'm like, what a funny cunt. So you can tell that a lot of the audio clips in there, one of them was definitely an April Fool's troll, because he uploaded a post yesterday. And because it's April Fool's, I'm just assuming he's just fucking around. But the post he posted was one of the tracks in the album, and it's literally it's just funny. Like it's him with Virtual Riot. They're just saying all this dumb random memes and shit, and then the next song plays and it's a fucking banger with him and Virtual Riot. So I'm like, what a fucking sick cunt. So the king has returned to EDM. He DJ'd at Ultra Music Festival, I think like last week. First time he played there in 10 years, and fuck man, the set was going. It just looked incredible. Yeah. Like everyone in the comments was like, bro, like if you're going to be at a set, it's the one where Skrillex returns to EDM, because that's going to go down in the history books of sets, bro. So yeah, that's been cool. I do suggest you all give it a listen, especially if you're into, EDM production. It's very, very Skrillex, man. It's fucking dope, bro. It's fucking
like he's old. Does it sound like old Skrillex?
Yeah, it sounds like old Skrillex.
I've seen him come down in a spaceship at
modernized.
It was called. It was at Bondi Beach, and it was a festival on Bondi Beach, but they put a floor, the proper flooring on the beach, so to level it out.
Oh yeah.
But that's where it was. I forgot what it was called. But I remember he came down in obviously a fake spaceship in it for his set, and the DJ booth was in the spaceship. So cool. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
I need you to do another intro thing as well, by the way, because I'm doing Sunday too. So
yeah, beautiful.
So I want to intro you again.
Yeah. Quickly, sorry to cut you off. Speaking of announcements, finally I can share this, because I've just been given the green light and I've just been tagged in the post. Fuck yes, boys. Everyone, get your fucking tickets. May the 3rd, I'm going to be going back to back with DJ No-Syt, and we're going to be on the lineup of CYCLOPS, who's coming from the USA to come fucking bang with us. I am fucking...
Bro, you and No-Syt back to back.
I'm telling you guys, this is going to be... I'm going to be doing my first stage dive. I'm going to be going crazy, bro. Yeah. My shirt's coming off. I'm going to be on the mic.
Butt chug.
Bro, I'm talking someone's going to blow dart mushrooms up my ass or something. Like, we're getting litty.
Hold the mushrooms.
We're getting litty. I literally messaged, because I got messaged. Shout out again to Shook Crew, man. I'm very excited to finally be working with these motherfuckers, bro. And shout out to Ubermoon, man. Gun DJ, bro. Fucking gun DJ. She, that's probably Chloe's FaceTiming me right now saying she's seen the post.
So is it all DJs?
Yeah. So CYCLOPS, he's a massive artist. Like, he DJ'd at not Ultra. He does EDC, like fucking all the big ones, all the big ones. So I think she said me and Tyson are on after him. So it goes him, then us. So bro, we're gonna be getting litty. Because when she first messaged me the idea, she's like, "Look, I want to do this and this." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And then I messaged Tyson. I was like, "Dude," and straight away he just replied in all caps. He's like, "Let's fucking go!" I'm like, "Yes."
I'm coming for that. But what date?
May the 3rd, which I think is a Saturday. At the at Burdekin again, which is where Levity.
I'll be in Europe.
FriendlyFire back-to-back No-Syt. We have Calliope back-to-back Ubermoon. Oof. We got Rookie, Carnatix back-to-back Salaryman, Fox Bailey, and Vamp.
What is back-to-back?
Two DJs.
Yeah, but what back to?
Like go back and forth.
So you are sharing the set, and you two just between yourselves work out who's playing. Okay.
So there's a little bit of planning in it. You can wing it back-to-back, but again,
I mean, you could wing it. Just have your own list.
We could, but
for that, you would want to have some choreography of placements of the songs in a way. You know what I mean, and to make it really mesh.
How long's a set?
Would be an hour.
1 hour, I'm pretty sure.
1 hour's healthy.
It'll be 1 hour or 45. Well, you can't really do back-to-backs any less than 45. It's kind of pointless. So I'm hoping we've got 45. I'm gonna assume it's 45.
Is it a thing where you can go over kind of, or no? They're pretty on time.
No. You got to be on time, especially if you're before the headliner. If you make that headliner, delayed, especially if that headliner's got to travel.
I'll be in Europe, bro.
Spewing. That's all right. That's all
right. You'll kill it, but I'm telling you, like ever since like Tori's wedding, bro, No-Syt, I didn't realize how good No-Syt was. His ability to not just because he was winging that whole set. He was playing at Tori and Josh's.
That's Cyclops. So he's
DJ. Man.
Yeah, he was winging it.
He was winging it, and he was just picking songs that the people that we were vibing with, and he just kept. He's good at honing in on the energy of a crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's the main skill of a DJ. Like, yes, you can wing sets, and yes, you can just rock up with USB and be like a fucking how you going cunt. Yeah. But it's like I said in the video of the YouTube video of my before the Unapalooza set on the Sunday. I go on a rant at the start of the video where it's like there's a thing too. Like, I try to without trying to sound mean, but all these post-COVID DJs. They're just rocking up, they're playing, and they play, and then they dip, and they fuck off, and then the songs are mediocre as, and then they're making mistakes while they're mixing. It's because you don't. It's like anything. You want to do something good. What do you need to do? You need to fucking practice and plan out a game plan. So everyone seems to forget how important it is, the record box, before you get to the stage. You need to, I take more time than that. So I sit there, bro, for days, days, not a couple hours or 1 hour. I'm there for 4 to 5 nights. I'll sit just on record box and I'll put them in order. Okay, how do these two sound together? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the next transition, how are they going to sound? Okay, so you do 2 songs at a time. Obviously, as you know, when you DJ, one song's playing, you got the other song loaded up, you're listening in this. How do they sound together? If this song sounds like shit with this song, okay, delete that song or put that somewhere else in the set, get a new song, bring that in. I do that for fucking days,
and
bro.
You go off BPMs roughly?
Yes, BPMs are fucking... Yeah. You can take it the next step and go on the keys of the song, but people who do that are a bit they're like tossers. Normies aren't going, oh, the song's in G sharp, but that song's in A minor. Ooh, you're a shit DJ. No. It's just so BPMs
matter.
Usually 140, I'll put that first, right? Or do I want to fucking hit the crowd hard and start with drum and bass first? 175, 172, 174 BPM. So I do that first and then put 140 at the end. And then I group them all together in little chunks. And then I go, okay, cool. What's the theme of the set? Am I going to start hard? Am I going to start soft? Am I going to do some weird shit in the middle where I'm doing glitch hop with I don't know, some weird indie fucking dubstep weird shit? Plan it out. Okay, set it in blocks. Then once I have that, right, I then practice, like I said, for days on end. But what always happens is I export the USB, I plug it in, hence why I've got Mr. Meagle's decks here. plug them in, and every single time without a doubt, when I do that first run through, it's the shittest run through of the whole thing, right? So I got to give it to DJs who just rock up and wing it. You guys have some fucking nuts, because if I winged it, DJ'd how I DJ'd the first time I exported the USB and did that to a live crowd, I'd be embarrassed, because I'm in here making mistakes and shit. I'm in here by myself. I'm making mistakes. I'm second guessing all the song choices. Because I'm listening to it on a loudspeaker, I'm going, fuck, this sounds like ass. Take that song out. Take this song out. By the time I do that first run through, I'm deleting like half the set and going back into record box and finding new music because it sounded like shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I don't think a lot of people are doing that because they kind of, I'm the DJ, I'm the sick cunt, I just rock up a play.
Yeah, I think your quality of like what you think is good, and even when you listen to anything, right, someone else's shit, you know your stuff and you're good at your craft. So some people don't unpack it as much.
Yeah,
like there's someone who only have done a few shows, right, and a few performances. I don't even like my level of what is acceptable for mixing, for example, is like if you really wanted to break down my mixing, you'd obviously pick out flaws easy, but I was just like, then some artists just want to make sure the music keeps going. Some DJs just want to make sure you can filter out a bit of a cheat, filter out shit.
Yeah.
But you're obviously like when No-Syt, and you do the same thing, of course, but I'm just referring back to the wedding. Again, this fucking night was crazy.
Yeah.
But if you can make a song morph to the point where you're like, oh, wait, this is, and you can hear the other track, but the other one is the same volume.
Yes.
Right? The same. Not cheating with the fading. I'm talking about...
They're playing at the same time, yes.
That build up, and then like something else is playing, and then you're like, and they're both at the same level, but they're still playing. They drop out right after. That shit, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah. And again, shout out to No-Syt, man. We should probably get him back on, maybe do a bit of like pre-show juice and hype. But he'll tell you that, and he did say that. He said, man, like, it's just the preparation. Like a lot of DJs, they underestimate the preparation, bro. And then, so once I then redo the songs and I'm finally happy, I'll end up doing 6, 7, 8 run-throughs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and if you're doing an hour set, you've got to sacrifice 8 hours in your week or 8 hours leading up to the show, right? Hopefully you've got more than a week notice, right? See, now I've got a couple months. I'm cruising. I'll be chilling, right? By the time I get up on my set, including my last Sunday show and my last Thursday show,
you'll be chilling.
By the time I do the set, I've done the set that many times, it's like I'm driving a car.
Yeah.
I'm up there, right? And I don't even have to think.
You can enjoy yourself.
I'm up there dancing, I'm drinking, I'm puffing on dudes' vapes and shit on the stage because I'm not even thinking anymore about the set because I fucking prepared.
Yeah.
I prepared, I'd done the hard yards, right?
Where if you winged it, you'd be like, you're anxious.
You're thinking,
DJing. Yeah.
you're overthinking it. And I've seen people do it. I've seen some of these post-COVID DJs do it. Again, I'm not trying to bash people because a lot of people are still learning and shit. But like I said, me and Mr. Meagley been popping our necks out back on the scene, etc., etc. I've seen some of them where you can tell they're rocking up, man. And these dudes are nervous, man. And it's some women too. Right? It's not just dudes. But these guys are nervous. And I'm sitting there going, like, even Mr. Meagley, like, goofy ass, he's like, oh, fuck, he looks real nervous. I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, I reckon this guy's going to bomb. 20 minutes into the set, the music's all stopped. You know what I'm saying? And then you see them up there doing the whole, quickly trying to re-cue the song and shit. And it's a shit feeling because we've done it. It's a horrible feeling. I don't want anyone to go through that. It's fucking, it's awkward as shit.
I did it at the live show and Mobsy saved me.
Yes.
And he's like, give it up for it. I'm like,
Mobsy fucking saved. But if Mobsy's not there, now you imagine you did that, but you've got 500 people in that room.
Oh.
It's a fucking nightmare, bro. And you're up there and you instantly, boom, for the rest of the set, then you're second guessing yourself going, fuck, am I doing, and you're a bit shaky and shit because you've fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to eliminate that out of my prepared, out of my performances at least anyway. But good news, everyone. So we'll be sharing some ticket links in the description. I hope to see you guys rocking out, man. Me and No-Syt, man, we're gonna be goddamn blowing that place apart, bro. So I'm fucking excited. Do we have anonymous fucking penises?
That's a good question. Let me have a look. I wish I was into DJing as much as you, to be honest. Like you're very passionate.
Yeah, it's like At the end of the day, we do just click play and pause, right? Okay, I get it. We're hitting play and pause, but you can make it sound nice. You can make it sound real nice, and trust me,
it's like anything. There's
it's like anything. There's a little skill set to it, and like I said, I've seen people bomb, and it makes it a really awkward, uncomfortable experience. Not just for them, but you're in the crowd going, "What the fuck is going on here?" You're like, "God damn!" And then
you would need to redeem yourself tenfold to pull that crowd back out of that from not remembering that fuck up.
Yep.
Like you would have to pull out all the stops to the point where people are having that much fun. They don't remember the pause. They don't remember, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like anything, right? Like you can just say waiters are like, they just bring your food to you. Like, what the fuck do they do? But it's like if you get a good waiter,
you remember it.
You go, how good was that
you're
plate?
like,
Yes.
he said, sir. He was like,
Yep.
but if you get a good DJ, and I'm talking like, I'm literally just in awe. Like, you two are probably like the best DJs out of the whole group, to be honest. You know what I mean? I reckon, in my opinion. But like, yeah, just seeing you guys up there, it's like, I wish I could like, when I'm up there, I pretend to push more buttons than I'm actually using. Like I'm like pretending to like I'll use a few, but sometimes I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah.
I was like,
but like you do, like
I see you and No-Syt, and No-Syt will be like, he'll be playing with something because he's one is like to the top left, I think, and he starts like every now and then he's doing something, but I'm like, it's like he's rubbing like a little juicy clit or something. He's just like. And every now and then, and I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. Yeah. And then even Scud was our friend Scud was like so interested in the art of it. He ended up behind the decks just rocking out, but just looking at what he was doing, and was like, "What are you like pressing? What's this? What's that?"
And the people in the crowd can't hear any difference.
Exactly.
Like it's just it's like anything.
Like I said, but it's one of those things where it's not that hard to do, but it's one of those things where it's like one wrong move. Yeah. Man, and like I said, this is going to be my biggest gig in a long time, man, since Distortion days, where we were DJing in front of hundreds of people. This is going to be the same. This could possibly be my biggest gig to date. Possibly. Depends on the turnout. Because CYCLOPS is huge. When they told me CYCLOPS in the inbox, I went, like my jaw dropped. I was like,
what do you reckon the turnout would be if you had to average? Like, what do you reckon?
A
bit modest, but what do you think?
I'm going to undershoot here, and I'm going to say, nah, actually, I don't know, because Levity sold out and that place was that crammed in there that you couldn't even like walk. And
how big's the venue though?
I think bottom floor of Birdo holds 300.
300.
Yeah, and I think this is going to sell out just like Levity did, and I'm pretty sure at Levity they squeezed it a bit. I think there was like maybe 320 or something, because like I said, man, you couldn't walk. Like Adzi, the funny cunt, was that blind. Him and Mr. Meagley were trying to get into the mosh. Meagley was that small, he couldn't get through, but Adzi's a bit bigger, so he was kind of like muscling his way through. Meagley couldn't get through, so he come back to where we were dancing in like the back corner of the front left of the stage. That's where the TJM we always tend to go. We always tend to go front left or front right. Right at the front pocket of the stage. You can kind of make your own little VIP section there. So we're doing that as always. And Meagley couldn't get through, so he comes back and you just see Adzi, the big cunt, getting through, and we all start laughing because all you see is an Adzi in the mosh getting thrown around like a rag doll, bro. He was full getting thrown around, and we're all cracking up. We're like, fuck, we're going to go get this guy out of there, bro. He was literally like drowning in human, and we're like, holy shit. So I think they might have squeezed
drowning in human.
I think they might have squeezed a bit of extra people in there. So I don't know. I'm hoping, touch wood, CYCLOPS, I think it sells out. But if it doesn't, I still think they easily crack over 200 people.
Yeah, beautiful.
Easy.
It'll probably sell out. You guys will just bring a big crowd yourselves anyway.
Just us probably bring 25 people.
Deduct 20 people from the max capacity.
Yeah.
And that's
at least.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Keen for you,
Good
bro.
stuff, bro.
Let's go. All right, let's read some anonymous pussies, eh?
There's only one. Bit of a random one. This says, we're limited on our car choices. Have you seen Chinese cars? They're literally cheaper and better. You're not wrong, man. You seen these BYD fucking cars driving around?
Yeah,
bro.
Is it Build Your Dreams?
Build Your Dream. What the most
It's
Chinese
new.
name ever? Like, that's some Chinese shit, but they look fucking awesome.
Build Your Dream.
Yeah, literally. They're like, what's an English phrase?
They
Like,
build dreams.
What's something white people want to hear?
yeah, literally.
Build your dreams.
But they look fucking cool, bro. And have you seen the names of them? They're named like the dolphin and the seal. It's like the models of the cars.
Isn't there a fucking Chinese ute called the Great War? They're called Great Wars. And they're Chinese youths and they're cheap as fuck. And you just see that usually there's always like a white ass contra driving one. It's you fucking cheap bastard. This car's bought a 10 grand ute. The cat.
Well, yeah, the Chinese cars are real good. It's a concern for a lot of countries.
Yeah, right.
China just do everything.
They do everything better,
more cost efficient.
Yeah, because they got slaves working on them.
That's what happens when you can pay people $5 an hour. Like,
it's almost like their whole cities and everything's better, but just the way of life
at the cost,
isn't better. It's like what cost, you know?
Yeah, tomato.
It's like would you rather have better infrastructure and technology and a shitter life, or a better, more freedom and a bit less, well produced technology and infrastructure?
Yeah,
I don't know. Communism. I'm kind of leaning towards it lately. I'm only joking, guys. I don't want to get abused by the fans.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
That takes us to
the Reddit, I guess.
The Reddit, which it was DZ's week this week.
Was it my week? I don't know. I just fucking...
Yeah, you said
it was my week though, wasn't it? Yeah, I sent something, but I wasn't sure if it was actually supposed to be my week. But I think it was.
Yeah.
Before we did the 2 quizzes, I think it was supposed to be my turn.
So
anyway,
what did the week? Yeah, I've actually seen this post somewhere.
It was the first thing I saw.
Welcome to the Reddit corner.
So I opened Reddit and I saw this thread and I thought, that's pretty funny. What did the weird kid in school do to earn that title? And there's a fucking lot of responses, which is concerning. Because there's that many...
So I seen you look up, I'm like, oh, he doesn't like it.
Because it means that there's that many weird people on Earth. Like these weird cunts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone has an experience with these weird kids. How many of these weird people are walking around? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, this one says, he baked a cake for the class. It was nobody's birthday or anything. The weird kid just baked a cake and brought it in. The teacher confiscated the cake and brought it to the teacher's lounge instead of throwing it away. Another teacher had a slice and had the kid's pubic hair baked into the cake. Never saw that kid again.
Imagine.
Now, how true is that? I don't know, but...
Pube hair cake.
In the classroom during the day with no shame, opens his school laptop and starts watching pornography. In front of everyone. The school laptops were all blocked, so no one knows how he was able to get corn on there. So there's the little weird kid just like...
That was always a thing where someone would always like hack the mainframe and get past the privacy settings.
Bro, we had a kid in our school who did that, and then everyone... We could play games and shit.
Play RuneScape and shit.
Yeah.
Did he get done?
I don't know. I don't remember what happened. But.
Man, bro, fucking shout out to one of our very good friends, Josh McCann. He used to be like a tech whiz in school. He was the one that cracked all the school laptops, and he was the reason why we were able to play RuneScape and shit. And I'm telling ya, this kid, he could have made a fortune if he sold that service. He had like lines of people getting them to crack the laptop. Like even like the Islanders and shit, the Phobos, they'd all getting their laptops cracked and we're all just playing RuneScape together and shit. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. We ended up getting caught, but
I got this kid. He would unwrap condoms, fill them with yogurt, and leave them around the school.
I saw that one.
What a relief! It was just yogurt. I guess I was probably a weird kid in school. I swear to God, when I started realizing sex was a thing, I went to a quick service station. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast.
You jerked off in the car.
I've just been like, I was like, had it in a stick after, and I'm just like waving it in the wind, and this thing's just going, just engulfing my cock. Like I clearly didn't roll it down the whole way. Probably got like an XXL condom, and then I just in the wind just noticed the sheer length of it. It was just, I'm like, oh, true.
This one kid had an odd fixation for chewing on his gloves and other articles of clothing. Like a little rabbit.
I ended up writing down that one you just said. This one says, ate a sheep eye we were supposed to dissect in science class.
What the fuck? Did you used to do that shit?
No, I never did.
No, neither.
I never did. Other kids did. I don't know.
No, we never got to do that.
I feel like if you're gonna have a weird kid, that's his origin story, being in a class that dissects frogs or something.
Yeah, well, that's how the Jeff Dahmers and all start out. It's the school's fault. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
killing shit and opening them up, and they're going, "Oh, this is sick. What would it be like on a human?" Like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. One girl used to collect cricket. There's always one fucker who'd collect bugs and shit. Eh, fucking hell. Had a girl used to collect crickets at school and carry them around like a pet. She would try to get people to pet them. Everyone at school started calling her Cricket until she started throwing handfuls of crickets at people. Then we started calling her Cricket Girl. I wonder what she's doing today.
Fuck me, bro. Oh, how funny. You were just talking about taxidermy. Taxidermied his childhood cat that, as far as we knew, died of old age and natural causes, and then brought it to school to show the teacher he liked.
Oh my God.
Taxidermy shit, bro.
First of all, right, if how are people that unaware? Like, I know it would be hard, right? But like, let's say you're a parent, right? I'm a dad. You know, Chloe's a mum. We've got like a little 12-year-old at home. How do you not catch this fucker taxidermying the house pet? At some point, right? At some point, you're going to pop your head in the room to tell them to come to dinner, or something's going to start smelling like shit. There'll be cat fluff everywhere. Where's the cat gone? We went to go bury it. I don't know. Your kid's acting weird.
Yeah.
Did you bury it? Did you try to hide it or something?
Yeah.
Like, come on, people, man. Shit. Yeah. Like,
surely he didn't taxidermy it.
Fucking hell.
He just brought it in. Like the family, I guess, taxidermy. I don't know. But
nah, I reckon he done it. Americans are fucking weird.
Yeah. Makes it more fun to think
Americans
that way.
are fucking weird, man.
This is my last one. Says, told everyone they were slowly turning into a bird. They said they had talons and would find feathers in their shower. Oh, and she regularly ate grass during PE. Ate grass.
Wow.
Fucking hell, man. These kids need help.
These are all American schools.
They need help. They sound like it.
It's American schools.
Yeah, well, I
Not
strolled
Australian.
past one and it was like she drew like a mass shooting on a piece of paper, but went to go to the toilet, but they and left it for like facing upward, and then like someone tried to like look over and seen the picture, but they reckon she did it on purpose because when she came back, she was like full menacing at the people that were like looking at it.
God.
I'm like,
then she
that's
shut the school
definitely
up.
an American
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He had a walking stick that he didn't need and and claimed it had a sword in it, right? So he's claimed it's got a... He's been watching too much Daredevil.
Anime, bro.
Yeah, anime. We all believed him for about a week until he started claiming only the worthy could pull it out after we tried to get him to show us.
Oh.
So it's like King Arthur meets fucking anime or Daredevil.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's funny.
That kid was probably autistic and that was his kind of like comfort thing. And people were like, prove it's real.
I like how they're trying to get him to show up. Only the worthy.
Yeah, but that's the best thing to like nullify any. Because like, if you're not worthy, it's just, you know, it's like, but you know it's not real. It's like, it's because you're not worthy. No. Like,
I'm trying to fucking think. St. Clair, man.
That's what I'm trying
Did
to
we
think,
have some
yeah.
weird... I know
Of
we
course,
did.
of
But
course.
what?
I had some one guy who was like, I won't name drop him, but he was always that kid where like you just wouldn't know what version of him you were going to get on certain days.
Oh, God, yeah.
And sometimes I swear he liked me for a while. I was like, hey, you know, me and so-and-so, we're good. And some days I'm like, man, what the fuck is that
guy
guy's
hates
problem?
me.
Like this, he was walking past me, right? And he wasn't like this as in, I think he was putting on an act, right? He was a bit weird, but he'd go through these stages where he'd look like he was like up to something
Trying to fight someone,
but on purpose. And he'd see me and I'm like, hey, and then he's like, and he had a pen in his hand, right? And he had like the sharp bit that way, and he just like, comes up to me, walks past, he's like, and comes up, I go up to him, he's like, he walks up to me, goes to stab me with it, but last minute turns the pen down and fists my chest like that. So he's like, and I'm like, oh, and then he's like, and then just runs off, and he's like, thinks this was the funniest thing. The first time he did it, I remember thinking like, yeah, I remember thinking like, he's actually gonna stab me, this guy.
Oh. Yeah, at St. Clair, there wasn't weirdos. It was just everyone was just fighting.
We had a lot of weirdos.
No, we did, but everyone would just fight.
Yeah.
Like, people loved, like it was so weird, man. St. Clair, like, man, like, we're not as rough as some neighborhoods, like, you know, people in America with guns and hustling and shit, but fuck, dudes love fighting.
Yeah.
Man, I got clocked in the face once in an Alden brawl, like just random as shit. Just like, they're not even brawls. It's just everyone's just pushing and shoving until one dude throws an actual punch, and then everyone actually just starts like, I'm pretty sure like mates are hitting mates and shit. Like, no one gave a fuck. Like, it was insane, bro. So gay.
Yeah, like I never was about that shit. That fighting shit scared the shit out of me. I was like, if anyone's fighting near me, I'm like, holy shit. Like I heard someone's nose get cracked once.
Yeah, I hate that shit too. But the problem with us was because we were friends with 30 motherfuckers. We said look like a gang.
Yeah,
so naturally, other men, you're young, fucking puberty, testosterone's through the roof. Other dudes and islanders and shit would get together and form little groups and be like, yeah, let's go fight these motherfuckers. So they'd come up with like 15 dudes and we're like, what the fuck? Well, no one wants to fight. But then someone throws a punch and we all start fighting. It's fucking bizarre. I'll tell you what it is. It's that group mentality thing, bro.
And it's also because you all probably really want to fuck each other at your base soul. This is what Tori was saying. Her take was funny as take. Obviously taking the piss. Anyone that does UFC or NRL or anyone with body contact sport, watching the footy last week, and she's like, I just think they all just want to fuck each other. Like, so then I was talking to my sister's friend at my niece's birthday party, and we were talking about, I brought up like what Tori had said about like people in the rugby league or whatever, and why they really want to play rugby league. And she was like giving it, like she was just like going for broke, like just like trashing it, like but having a laugh.
Yeah.
And I was cracking up, and the girl was like, Later, my sister rings me and goes, her husband used to play for the Dragons. But she was in good spirits. Like she was laughing and we were taking the mickey. We weren't trashing NRL players, but it was just like a funny, stupid take. Like obviously they don't want to suck each other off in the locker rooms.
Well,
but it's just, they might. But it's just funny to think like really when they're jumping up for the high ball, they're thinking of just a ball bag. Just
this guy's always hard though, jumping for the ball. It's like, why?
James Tedesco is actually erect right now.
Again.
Yeah.
Only believe what we say. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. All right, boys, where are we at? Because let me have a look here.
Did you see that London installed the first permanent facial recognition cameras in the city? So it's like CCTV, but they're constantly scanning people's faces for criminals, and if they find a criminal, they alert police. But if they don't find anything, they say the data's immediately wiped and the footage is deleted. Not. You know, but like, what do you think about that? Is that good or bad?
I mean, it's bad if you're a bad dude.
Yeah, don't China do that already?
And look at China. It's a fucking communist state, man. And that's what people are concerned about. Like, you got no privacy, no freedom.
We'll be right, man.
It's like that thing where it's like, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. The ones that are going to be like, it's like, you're either just against it because, I guess you know that it could be seen as a violation of privacy. But then at the end of the day, if they put a camera in the toilet and every time I shit, they could see my whole opening and the shit coming out, I wouldn't give a fuck if they put one there as long as I wasn't doing anything else that would incriminate me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, if I'm walking in the Sydney CBD and they see me, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, but obviously they would use it to catch criminals. Why else would they use it? You know,
but it starts off that way. That's what the concern people have. How would you feel if at everyone's front door they had a tripwire laser, and if you fucking do something unethical or illegal before, it doesn't let you leave your house? And it's like, people say if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to worry about. It starts off that way. But then what if they introduce new laws and new governments get in who have different values? And then it ends up being, if you're against transgender athletes in the Olympics, you're a bad person. So if you walk past this tripwire and you don't share the same values we see on your fucking profile, you shared this thing, we're not going to let you leave your house. Yeah. That's the concern people have, you know what I mean? Like, it's a snowball.
Yeah, true, but I don't know, man. Is it going to get that far? I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so either, but
I don't think so, man.
That's the concern people have, though.
What's good, FireCast fam? Sorry to interrupt tonight's episode, but I just want to let you know that I'll be performing on May 3rd, going back-to-back with DJ No-Syt, who's actually come on the podcast before. If you want to go back to episode 122, you can listen to that one. We're going to be performing at the SHMEERE Fest, hosted by Shook Crew, at the Burdekin Hotel on the bottom floor. They are hosting CYCLOPS, an international from the USA. And you can also catch on this lineup Calliope back-to-back Ubermoon, Rookie, Carnatix back-to-back Salaryman, Fox Bailey, and Vamp. It's going to be a crazy fucking night, and you can purchase tickets in the link below. And I hope to see you guys there. Sheesh.
But that's like some John Wick shit when like John Wick's walking through the crowd and they're trying to like the surveillance lines up, matches their face and stuff, like the recognition. That's pretty high tech shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, man, yeah, we can't keep up with everything that they're inventing, and it's like they're just gonna do it whether we like it or not, as long as we're not doing the wrong thing. Like, fuck, what else? Like, just keep to ourselves.
Like I said this before, man. They already got all your info anyway.
Yeah, they do.
They already know without this technology.
If your phone's on airplane mode, right, you're a ghost, right? That's the only way they can't, or they can still track you as long. Or do you have to like do the whole?
They can still track you.
The police can track you, bro. The FBI.
So you have to like do what they do in the movies and just break the phone or throw it against the wall.
That's what a burner phone. That's what a burner phone is.
You always see it. They always like take it out, fucking put it in the bin.
There's a reasoning for it. You got to destroy your phone, destroy the SIM, and then you got to use a new phone, make the phone call, send the text.
And everywhere you go,
destroy the phone.
They've got your whereabouts where you went here from there to here to there.
Because it's constantly pinging off the fucking
towers.
Yeah.
This is just another step up from that, is what you're saying. So London, is crime in London currently like bad enough that they've invented that?
They got bad knife crime.
Very bad knife crime, yeah. They're always trying to wet each other up, these fucking fags.
And gangs and shit.
Fucking poofs.
Did you see they sent the... I didn't have this written down, but I only saw it today. They for the first time, they sent astronauts to look at the poles of the Earth. So in an orbit. So it's a higher orbit than astronauts normally would go to the ISS. That's why it hasn't been done before. Because it's a bit more of a dangerous mission. But they went over the poles for the first time. So this orbit takes them over the North and South Pole. So it's going that way around the Earth.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So which way do they usually go around the poles? Or they don't usually
don't usually go around both poles, at least. They usually go on, like, horizontal.
Yeah, damn.
Around the Earth.
But I don't know why. I didn't look into it. If Tori was here, I'm sure he could elaborate.
Tori, if you're watching, it's already too late. But look it up anyway for us.
Yeah, interesting. I would definitely not be that guinea pig. I don't give a fuck how much they offer me. Hey man, we got this new idea. We're going to send a bunch of guys to the poles. You in? Nah, mate. I'll watch from the lounge room and see how they go, and then we'll talk.
Well, they're just orbiting. They're not going there. They're just orbiting.
Yeah, and then it runs out of juice like the last one, and they're stuck up there for 20 years.
You were complaining about flights to Europe?
Yeah. Fuck that shit, bro.
But it would be fun. Like, is there portions of the spacecraft, of all spacecrafts, that are gravity, or is it all zero gravity?
It's all zero.
It's all zero, yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, you are just... I thought...
How do you chuck a shit?
Yeah, like...
They've shown it, how they do it. And shit. And
fuck that.
I don't know how they chuck a shit. I don't remember. But, like, they sleep on a sleeping bag that's strapped to the wall.
So they can't float away.
They're sleeping
that is fucked.
They exercise with like belts that strap them to the treadmill, and then they try to.
That is fucked, bro.
Yeah.
So would it be like you're underwater almost, or even less? No, less.
Less than underwater.
Less gravity.
Less.
But like, you know how if you're underwater, you can jump from the bottom, and you're like, you still, it slows you down a touch. But imagine just jumping up and like,
You don't slow down.
That shit.
And you see them drink water and shit, and like they shoot the water and it's like it becomes all bubbles.
Bubbles,
like,
yeah.
Oh, fuck that shit, bro. Yeah.
It'd be cool to experience one time, but
nah, fuck
I'd jerk off in there.
I'd
jerk off. Oh my God, I would jerk off in there, and I want to watch. Like,
oh my God,
it'll just bubble up over your.
You just say a Peter Parker line from the Spider-Man, like, I don't know, just anything. Like, you're just fucking crying. You know how Tobey Maguire cries in that scene? He's like, you're just
gets in your eye.
Yeah,
I think it'd just bubble up. It'd come out and it wouldn't shoot. It'd just bubble up. Like, that's what happens with the water.
Imagine if the bubble pops in your face.
Yeah. You guys see that iShowSpeed's new antics? The cunt was in China streaming.
They think he's a Chinese spy or something.
No. They love him over there. They full love him. So apparently, again, bro, this cunt. I'm telling you, Speed is gonna get assassinated at one point. I reckon.
The government was saying he was a spy. The people loved him.
No, I don't know, because I just seen in the videos and the comments and that, right? Like, all in the comments, like the Chinese government praised him for having good relations and bridging that gap between America and the US. And then everyone in the comments is going, so why does the American media make China out to be so bad, bro? This guy was like a superstar over there, bro. Like, they were loving him, bro. This guy was training to be a monk,
yeah.
a Shaolin monk, right? And the master says to Speed, he goes, he was being dead serious. He goes, if you stay here for 5 years, you could become a Shaolin monk, right? Now, take that into account for a second. Dudes trained to be monks their whole lives. But the master was saying because speed is so like switched on and like weirdly athletic for a fucking content creator, doesn't even play sport. He was like, you stay 5 years, you become monk.
5 years communism?
Yeah, you monk. Like, and everyone in the comments like, bro, what the fuck? And then, bro, the Chinese fucking media, the government, they love this guy, full loving him. And now everyone in the comments is like, so why does everyone make these guys out to be so bad? So it's communism, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna catch wind again, bro.
It's one of, bro. I swear that there was something about they were accusing him of being a spy because they thought he was spreading propaganda, false propaganda. But like apparently he got a TikTok account, a Chinese TikTok account, and within hours he had millions of followers. Like he only had their version for like hours, and he was, like you said, loved by the people. But I heard that the Chinese government at some stage, I don't know about now, but was trying to label him a Chinese spy or whatever.
No, it might have been.
Sorry. The America. Sorry.
Yeah, so America.
Because America thinks that if you enjoy China and you send videos you enjoy China, that means you're on their payroll. But really, it's like you can enjoy a country and not agree with their. Like you can go to Dubai and Dubai looks beautiful, right? But obviously their laws are a bit Like, it's not like I'm in the city just going fuck your laws against women or whatever. It's like. I'm there experiencing the city. Yeah. But I think that's what I meant. Sorry, I got it mistaken.
China, what you're saying about why they make it out like it is because China is the biggest competitor. China, it's if it's not the US, it's China.
They're communists, so why not pick on them?
Yeah, but like that's what people say. They make it out like China is worse than it is, and they do because China is the adversary. China is, second in line. So the US obviously wants its citizens to have a mostly negative outlook on their main competitor.
It's like your father and your mother splitting up, and your mum's and your kids, the kids are going, your dad's a fuckwit.
Yeah, literally, it's like
literally don't want to spend time with him every second weekend.
How many people won't go to China because they're scared of what we are all told that China is like, and obviously that's true to a certain extent, but it's probably not as bad as it's made out to be.
Well, I'm calling it, bro. By the time Speed turns 25 or 30, they're gonna pop him because if he's doing this shit and he's bridging and then America's gonna go, holy shit, bro, this guy's you know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna pop him for that.
I reckon they will, but it's like XXXTentacion, man. You get a bit of power. The second that the people start to favor you, bro, the government doesn't like that. I'm telling you, bro. Malcolm X, JFK. It's the same shit. The only difference is instead of running for politics, he's getting all these little fucking Gen Z fucking like army hordes all on his fucking. You know what I mean?
There's heaps of popular people though. Like that are dead. Everyone that's popular, Mr. Beast, fucking.
No, dude, I'm talking about popular people that can make a difference in society, bro. Mr. Beast he's not gonna do shit, bro. I'm talking about people like XXXTentacion. JFK, Malcolm X, all these people that get popularity, and if they say, okay, let's do some shit, people are going to listen and do it.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
Speed doesn't really say shit like that. He just...
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. If he starts to, and he gets and he's going to all these countries and they're all loving him, and if even the Chinese government's going, see, why does America make us out to be so bad? America don't like that. Dudes like Speed are the ones that they don't want doing that shit because they're the ones that open everyone's eyes.
And I tell you what, that Shaolin monk, the only reason he said stay 5 years is because the president of China is like, hey, they're getting pissed off that he's here. Make him stay 5 years.
Exactly, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Uncle Sam will be real pissed.
Yeah, fucking oath, bro. Fucking oath.
I don't think that Speed guy is worthy of assassination. Like, I don't even think about that motherfucker. I'm like, I can't believe he's successful as he is, but it's crazy. Good on him. But I'm like, I just see that shit. I'm like, it is nuts that out of all the countries to go to, China is like the controversial one. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure
it'd be cool to see. I'm not dying to go to China, but it would be. I can understand how people are intrigued to actually see it for themselves.
I'd like to go.
I'd like to go.
I'd definitely like to go. I got some. My last piece of news is local news, right? Hot off the press. Just in, Rose said, I just seen something falling from the sky or something. It's split into two. I looked up and I thought the sun looked weird for a sec, but it wasn't the sun. It was a shining silver thing. And then I realized it was going down and it split into two and smoked a bit.
Huh.
So she just seen plane
Bro,
crash.
she's the live reporter. Send her out there,
what the
bro.
hell? She's on the news.
So I wonder what that's about.
Yeah,
I was
shit.
like, fuck, it's probably a plane, man.
It's fucking the Chinese government looking for speed. They're like, where you go?
What do you got, Joey?
Tesla terrorism.
Oh, yeah.
People have been
This is so
vandalizing Teslas, throwing up on them. People have been smearing their own shit, smearing their own shit on them. Yeah, kicking and bashing. How can you be cool? Like,
Because that's the type of people that are doing it.
they're kicking and bashing them with baseball bats, etc. The U.S.
Holy
Attorney General Pam Bondi said last week that 3 defendants who got busted for some of this vandalism are facing 20 years in prison. Said that the damage to Tesla cars, dealerships, and charging stations was domestic terrorism.
Yeah, fucking it is.
But do you think that scares them? Like they're still fucking doing this shit.
Well, bro, I seen fucking CCTV footage of one of these motherfuckers, and it was a big fat ass dude in one of those like mobility scooters, and he's ramming his scooter into the Tesla. That's the type of cunts that are doing it. These guys aren't well. They're fucking retarded.
They're actually there's a website now called DogeQuest. Apparently, it's publishing names, addresses, and phone numbers of all Tesla owners across America.
Oh my god!
The site claims that it will only remove the personal info of these Tesla owners if they prove to them that they have sold their Tesla. The site also states, if you're on the hunt for a Tesla, and this is in quotes, if you're on hunt for a Tesla to unleash your artistic flair with a spray can, just step outside. No map needed. At DogeQuest, we believe in empowering creative expressions of protest that you can execute from the comfort of your own home. At DogeQuest, we neither endorse nor condemn any actions, but in the next breath, they say, before you embark on any adventure, we highly recommend checking out our No Trace project, which essentially helps them evade. You know how Teslas have cameras and shit?
Yeah.
They have suggestions like, belly up, like wear bellies, or do this, do that to avoid detection. So they're like, we don't endorse it, or we don't condemn it either. But here, have a look at our brochure on the website.
You know what's so ridiculous about this, right? You ask all these people that are into this or whatever. First of all, I think that
is it environmentalism
stuff.
or
No,
is it hating Elon?
It's hating Elon. And you know what's crazy? You ask them, why do you hate Elon?
I got no idea.
Why are they hating on him? They don't know. They're just following what they're told to do. What's Elon doing that's so bad? He's heading Doge, which is uncovering trillions and trillions of dollars that has been wasted in the government on fraud and stupid shit. Why is that bad? Why are they so against it? And you know what I think? The stuff like that website is not organic. It's created by these corrupt politicians and people who benefited from all this corruption and money.
Yeah.
Creating this artificial hate for Elon when he's not even doing anything. Like, they hate Trump, fair enough, but like, you ask these cunts, why do you hate Elon? I'd love to ask them. What are they going to say? I just don't understand what has justified such hate on Elon that you want to go destroy Teslas, which isn't even hurting him personally more than it's hurting the people who run the business or the people who own the car. It's just bananas. They have no brain cells.
They're getting
literally no brain cells.
They're getting shit. They're getting like criminal, not criminal records, but they possibly can. You know, it's jail's time,
and they should.
Like you said, you're not really cutting off the head of the snake there. You know,
they're not doing anything.
You're literally pissing on his boots, and he's just going to get another pair from the shop. And what you know, I mean, he's not even feeling it. You don't even have to like the bloke, but for you to like, regardless, right? I could not dislike someone as much to go like, I'm going to get it with a group of my mates. We're going to vandalize these Teslas.
That's what gets me about it is he's not what is warranting the hate other than they've been told to.
Yeah.
And why? Because he's uncovering fraud and waste in the government. Like, he hasn't done anything for the average person to want to protest that hard against him.
But it's also easy.
I just don't get it.
It's just easy as well to hate the rich white man that's got more money than anyone else on this fucking planet. It's easy to hate that guy, no matter who it is. I feel anyway, because I'm a bit toxic. But it's easy. It's easy to hate the guy with all the money.
But it's not Trump. It's not fucking the banker. It's not nothing. It's just he's doing is doing what the Americans elected him to do. They knew in Trump's campaign that Elon was going to head this thing. It was announced for ages. Trump won. He's doing exactly what they said they were going to do, what they won on.
Yes, it'd be all the
and
lefties.
now, all of a sudden, it's the lefties who are fucking being told what to do by artificial means. It's these companies and corrupt people who would be benefiting from this corrupt system for so long that is now getting uprooted. How are they going to fight back? Let's orchestrate all this stuff, get people to try hurt Elon, crash the Tesla stock. Let's try get him out of there because we aren't benefiting from this corruption anymore.
Yeah.
That's how I see it anyway.
So obviously,
ridiculous.
because my question was, it's obviously, did they take it too far? And they clearly, as soon as you start to damage someone else's belongings that aren't yours, like property.
It's terrorism.
It's just, it is. So 20 years prison sounds pretty rough for that.
Fuck them.
But
they're
at the end of
to society
at the end of the day, if you're doing that shit, it's like, whatever, man. Like people get put away for stupid shit.
Yeah, nah, man. Like, it's you've got to lock these fucking weirdos up because then that's how it starts. They do this and then all of a sudden they go, okay, now let's take it a step further and let's actually attack Tesla owners.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just they're not normal.
They're
like,
just
it's not
easily manipulated, weak people.
It's very scary how manipulated people are and how, like, I always hammer this point home, man. Like, us as a human society, bro, regardless whether you're left, right, it's fucking scary, bro. Like, you guys read shit on the internet and you just believe it, and then you generally project hate towards another human because of shit that you're reading. Don't even know if it's true. And then look at what happened with COVID. People were fighting over toilet paper. So, like, you cunts are normies, bro. Normies, you guys make me fucking sick. It's like, ugh.
It's so much
weird.
It's blown so much out of proportion. It's literally dumb people. It is stupid people. The people that do all this stuff and are so divided are the most vocal, less intelligent people. Literally. And where people like us, the average Joe who goes on TikTok, whatever, all this stuff seems so, so much larger than it is. But it's literally the average person like us, we're not that stupid. We're not going to take things to the point where we're hurting other people, damaging people. And then you see it in the footage of these people getting caught damaging the Teslas. What do they all look like? Every single bit of footage I've seen is literally a mentally unwell person. They're either out of shape, they're ugly, they look ridiculous. they're
ugly, like the long hair and
straight
shit.
Straight up. You can
they're not happy
clearly
people.
tell they're unwell and they're easily corrupted. That's what
sad. It's sad.
That's what
like,
it is.
yeah. She's always messaging Tori's like, stop smashing those Teslas up, Tori.
Yeah.
That's where Tori is right
she's
now.
in there. She's
She's
got
like,
her-
oh shit.
Tory,
The jig is up.
That's the thing too, right? Tory often has different views to us, right? But Tory's not that stupid. Where Tory knows if she goes and damages a Tesla, that's not hurting Elon, that's hurting someone who owns a fucking Tesla, saved up all this money. What if I said, I start a campaign, I hate Taylor Swift. Anyone who's got a fucking Taylor Swift poster in their room, I'm torching your house.
Yeah.
How would the lefties react?
Yeah.
If I'm slashing every Taylor Swift fan's tires,
You take a shit on every stage she performs on. Right before she comes out, you're like...
it is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like,
I mean, because she's like a normal, level-headed person where you can have your beliefs about someone, but it's like you're not going to just... When you start affecting... Even like sometimes, even the conversation about these, dominant people in society now, like Elon Musk, Trump, this and that, sometimes it's not even worth, like you said, at work and shit, not even bringing it up, let alone, damaging someone's property. So obviously she has her beliefs, whatever, but it's like she's just going to keep it to herself and be like what. But the thing is with Tori, which she loves having a conversation with someone that has, they're not like one of those people like Iggy said, or like you said, that don't know anything, right? They don't have any points, any valid points. Like, just bring her one valid point, and she can go. Even though she doesn't agree, she can be like, "Okay, I can entertain something if you're willing to have a conversation." But it's like if you're just gonna be like, if she's like, "Where'd you get that from?" Or where, and they're like, "I just like seen it somewhere," and that. Then obviously it's like it's not worth her breath. So I feel like more people should be like that and just be like, if you don't know.
And most people are, though. Most people genuinely are. If you get off the internet and you take a step back, most people are level-headed, man. It's like what people do when it's an ego thing. They say you'll bring up a point to them, and instead of conversating and addressing the point you bring up, they say, "Yeah, but what about this?" And they'll bring up another point to try and make you defend something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's when you see that then they're just trying to win the argument. It's like
I've done that heaps.
Yeah, like-
not with that, but I've done that in general. There's so many conversations with Tori. I'm like, yeah, but what about this? Like, huh?
you
What?
might be right. I got no response, but look at this instead. It's silly.
The earthquake hits Myanmar.
Oh, yes,
I
that was
think
bad.
It's pretty morbid. This isn't like a,
People had to evacuate the buildings and shit, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
The death toll is over 2,000.
Oh,
7.7 on the Richter scale.
God damn.
And so powerful that the effects were felt also in parts of China and Thailand. Roads buckled, bridges crumbled, buildings and houses collapsed. Did you see that video of like the high rise with the pool?
Yeah, that was in Thailand, wasn't it?
That was felt in Thailand, correct.
Wow.
But yeah, that was. Oh no, sorry, a building collapsed in Thailand.
Yeah.
But that one was in Myanmar, the building. But yeah, the pool was literally on the rooftop,
Yeah,
and you see the
Yeah, they had to
water.
evacuate, yeah.
There was people in the pool.
Yeah, I've seen TikToks of it, and people were like laughing and shit, and then they go, wait a shit, what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on here?
I'll tell you how I knew it was serious. There was a floaty thing that he was laying on in the pool. And when it started doing this, and they all got out, I'm like, oh, okay, they had plenty of time, right? Next minute, the floaty thing starts going further and further up. All of a sudden, the floaty thing goes over the edge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, if he was in there still, let's
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
he was like hungover.
Yeah.
He would have been... And the people actually got swept from the pool water. People got not killed, but like... I don't know. Would you get... No, you wouldn't get killed.
I thought you were talking about the video. I seen that video too, actually, where they're in the pool and the guy gets out. But I seen another video with a high rise and the pool water was leaking out from the top of the building.
That's the same.
Yeah,
That's the same.
one.
That's the
It's the
same.
same
but
pool.
different footage.
Oh, different.
Yeah,
angle.
different-
Someone was on
angle.
the... Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine how
right?
scary that would be having to run down like 80 flights of stairs.
Just
and
slow.
you're sprinting with a bunch of... I'd be jumping over all the fat people and shit. I wouldn't give a fuck.
yeah.
I'd be like
Yeah,
like
you'd
fucking
be-
Super Mario like
you'd
on the
be
heads
good
like
at
ding,
that.
ding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't... I'd be like,
You and
get the
Dylan.
fuck out the...
You and Dylan.
Get out of the way. Like I'm jumping down those motherfuckers.
That's so
Yeah.
sad, man. That's just Mother Earth reminding us that she don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck about your opinions,
Doesn't
man.
matter what
alright?
Trump, Elon,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Doesn't matter who you fucking believe in or pray
Mother
to,
Earth will
man.
fuck you in the ass,
she'll
bro.
fucking eat your lunch, man.
Literally fuck you in the ass.
A bit of a lighter topic, but ridiculous though. In the UK, a toddler has been banned from daycare for being transphobic.
Oh,
And there's,
come on, man.
and there's not even that, right? There's not even that. That same year, 95 other pupils were also, banned because they were like saying homosexual remarks and this and that. And I'm like, listen, I'll tell you what this is, right? This is because those kids, right? They probably have parents who, depends what way you want to look at it, aren't willing to. They can play the facade to transphobic, the trans community, and be like, I'll call you Jennifer, even though you're Steve. I'll say it to make you feel comfortable and roam this world. You be who you want to be. But in my core, right? Do you think Pam and Jim, I'm doing The Office, right? The Office name. The parents come home. You think Pam and Jim come home from the office and their kid's there and he goes, do you think they're really going, oh, well, Jennifer was not. They're probably like, yeah, so Steve, right? Because Jennifer in your class is really Steve, because fuck trans people.
Well,
But no, not really. But do you know what I mean? Like that, they would have to like, I don't know. Like surely they're saying their real piece to the kid, as in being like, because you want to teach your kid,
Your views, essentially.
but how it is, right? But some parents, they won't even acknowledge trans people, period. So I think you got people or even if it's parents making jokes, because I don't know, maybe I wouldn't make a joke, but I feel like if a parent made a joke, right, all that kid would have to do is repeat that joke. Because kids absorb shit.
They repeat it in the class and shit.
Right?
And
But like, I just think that kid being transphobic, it's either pure confusion because you'd be confused as a kid. Like, what's transphobic as a kid? Are you really going like, you know what I mean?
They don't even know.
They don't even know, right? They could just be like, oh, like kids say the most out of pocket shit. Like my my nephew will make me feel insecure as fuck with one sentence. Like he would just be like, your teeth look yellow, and I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, what the fuck?
I was thinking about this today, actually. It's funny. Literally today I was thinking about this. I don't know why, but I got in trouble once in it was like, I was in like year 5, I think. and I had an older, like I was in one of them 5-6 classes, and there was a kid I used to end up hanging out with all the time, and he was a bad influence, right? And this kid, we were in the computer class, and we had these little like those little thin mics, and they're like a curved shape.
Yeah.
And I said to him, like, this is what gay guys practice with. And then the teacher heard me, and she's like, excuse me. And then I got in so much trouble. I had to write an apology and shit, and because her brother was gay.
The teacher's brother.
But I'm just thinking, like, if that was in modern times, I would probably have been kicked out for being fucking homophobic or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
imagine she made you suck a dildo to embarrass you in front of the class.
then I think she'd go to jail. I think.
Oh yeah, true.
Did you guys see the video of the I don't know what state it was in America, but they're in like some courtroom, and then one of the politicians is a trans, so it was a man turned into a woman, and then the guy reading out the introduction goes, yep, and then we have this person, and then over there we have Mr. I don't know, we'll just say Steve, Mr. Steve. And then the lady goes, oh, okay, and then starts reading her opening, and then the magistrate or whatever goes, excuse me, Mr. Joey, do you want to redo that introduction? And he goes, yeah, okay, we got, so-and-so, and then you got Mr. Steve. And then, bro, they full get heated, like, the guy's going, how dare you, it's a woman, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, well, he was born a man, and they're full going at it, bro. And the poor trans is just sitting there, quiet as, awkward as fuck, right? And everyone, bro, quiet as, no one's piping up, nothing, and they're full going at it that they had to adjourn the whole thing. Yeah. And I was like, okay, in that situation, it's like, all right, like
he didn't have to call her Steve.
See, I seen that video, and this is a point. A lot of people in the comments were like, "Yeah, good, there's no woman," but like, and it's the Republican view, right wing view, like, "Yeah, no woman's, whatever, no trans, whatever." But I don't agree with that.
Did you have to make you feel uncomfortable?
That's what I was saying. Where you gotta save face. You gotta and not let him know that you see behind the smoke through the smoke. Yeah, you can't just be like, Jennifer. Like a wink, like, hey.
If they want to be referred to as that, just refer to them as that, and who cares? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
It was so sad. Like, the poor thing just sitting there. Right? She's so awkward, and I was like, oh,
because there's actually like this trans woman that she was in Euphoria. She's got blonde hair. She's like,
who? That was a good fucking series, man. God damn, bro.
That blonde girl, girl in it that was friends with Zendaya. No, the girl that was friends with Zendaya in the show, the blonde one, and she wasn't like, she had like a kind of a big nose.
Yeah.
She's actually like, Tori was like, oh, she's
kind of good looking,
and
man.
I was like, that was the first time I seen a trans person. I was like, they're getting better. Like it's like the model company. It's like the Chinese cars. Yeah. It's like the new Chinese cars. They're the Dolphin and this and that. Bro. I'm like, man. I mean, if I was single and I was drunk,
show me a picture of this person. Show me a picture. I haven't seen the show.
It's a good show, man. Rose would like that show.
But find out the actress's name and then show her current photo, not then, her currently, because she's actually blossomed into a more attractive. It's weird that I'm wanting to kind of half fuck a man, but like,
there she kind of looks like an elf there.
Yeah, she looks like she's on the set of Lord of the Rings in that one. But I mean, when I say
go back to that one, sorry, bro, my eyes are fucking.
Put it this way: she's not a hot actual chick. I mean, she is a chick.
Honestly, it's more convincing than I imagined when you guys were talking about it.
Right? If you have a biological female, she's not a hot version of that.
I feel like I can tell, though.
She's an attractive... Yeah, but can
I don't know if it's only because I know.
Yeah, because now you know. Try to,
like that photo there, I feel like... I don't know.
Nah, bro, you can't tell at all.
It's only a giveaway when she teabags you. That's the only giveaway. Once those ball bags hit your face...
Like there, like, not bad.
Wow, that's just and then you just see the shadow of her cock. Just it comes up like the Star Wars credits does.
I've got you now. Fucking
YOLO.
I've got you now.
There's another trans Rose and I watched the Umbrella Academy, and
that's cool. That's a cool one.
You seen it? In the first season, the girl is a girl, but in real life, the actor transitions to a boy. And then in the later seasons, they incorporate it in the show. So in the show, they become a trans too.
Oh, yeah.
But in real life, that person is actually
a trans,
trans man. Now.
Well, now they do that on shows regardless if it's in real life. Like, you'll be watching a show and all of a sudden the character will say something that's, I get me and Tori have this argument all the time. It's inclusive and it lets them know that they exist. But, you know, when they... It's like back in the day when they first started showing homosexuals on screen, right? It's because inclusivity and all that, which I get. But then now, homosexuals are a thing of the past. Like, whatever.
Yeah, it's not cool to be gay
I'll suck a
anymore.
dick if I'm drunk enough, whatever.
Yeah, it's not cool.
But trans now is the new thing, which everyone's
that's
fixated on,
that's
right?
the new in, yeah.
Yeah, but then now it's like, in some shows I'll watch still, right, it doesn't bug me because they're trans. It bugs me because if I'm watching something that doesn't need it, right? But then Tori will be like, well, then why do they need anything in the show? Why do they need heterosexuals? And I'm like, because pussy is better.
Look. How many trans people have you met in your fucking life?
Yeah.
None. I've not met one fucking trans person, but in every single TV show, they make you think they're fucking a dime a dozen. So I'm fine with it too. Yeah. But it's like that trans clone trooper we were talking about.
Yeah,
where they shoehorn it in for the sake of being
politically correct. Yeah, trying to be like,
bro, shut up, man. Just have cast the best actors. If they're black, white, purple, who gives a fuck? Cast the best people. If it makes sense for this character to be trans, it doesn't even have to make sense. Like, it can just be a trans character, but don't. Why is it in every single show? And why is it like when they're doing it just for the brownie points? It's like...
Yeah. And like I said, I can get it because then it lets people know that are unaware that they exist and this and that and to normalize it. I get that. But why can't a bit of my brain be like, I just want to see Buzz Lightyear not fuck his fucking
Woody
male cousin or Woody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I just think it needs to match reality, right? I've literally never met a fucking trans person in my life, like a full on.
Like, for example,
you know what I'm saying?
Little
like,
Mermaid.
I have obviously, but like, you know, yeah.
Little Mermaid, but she was black. I love black people, right? Let's put that out there. Put that as the title, right? You know the guy that says you overshoot, so it's like, do you? Yeah. No, but like that, right? Don't mind it, but it's like, okay, well now it's different, right? It's just different because it's like
it's for the brownie points.
It's because the nostalgia says she has red hair and she's white, you know. But that's just my nostalgia. But if I grew up with her being black, then whatever. But they change it. They change it to make a statement.
It's like the clone trooper. Make a new trans character. Don't go back and shoehorn a trans. It's like the Little Mermaid shit. Make a new character that's black. You're making Little Mermaid, just leave it Little Mermaid.
Yes.
It's just bizarre.
Oh,
it's so
can you
bizarre.
imagine if Tori directed a show?
Oh, yeah. She'd be the most inclusive.
It'd be fucking black tranny pigs flying from there.
Life is inclusive and it's getting more and more inclusive every year. And that's how society is. The world's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. In generations' time, racism's naturally on the way. I can't think of a kid our age who's genuinely racist.
Yeah.
Come on, like literally genuinely racist. Like, no, because back in the day, racism was what? Segregation. You wouldn't associate with people with dark skin. You wouldn't want nothing to do with them. Growing up, they're everywhere. We're included. Everyone's the same. There's Mexicans, fucking Italians, black people. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. So kids are naturally going to grow up because the world's so small and there's so much immigration. Not racist. It's the same thing. You don't have to fucking force it. You force it, you push more people away. You push the older generation away because they're tired of fucking getting it forced down their throat.
Yeah. Just let it all happen naturally.
Exactly.
Just let it all happen naturally.
It will happen naturally because it's just the way the world is now.
Yeah. Yeah. Love for everyone, though. We always say that here on the community.
Just respect. Show respect to me. I show respect to you.
Be a good person, you know?
I feel like you don't have to overthink being a good person. It's so easy, bro.
Yeah, well, that's where it gets dicey. If you're having to... Like, if you're generally like just a weird cunt or like a grumpy or you're just always being a gronk and a cunt, you're like, I feel like that takes more effort.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like it's like, are you putting it on? Like, are you trying to play the grumpy character? Like, to me, it's like when I see anyone, even a stranger, like, hey man, what's fucking going on, bro? Like, I'll talk to you like I've known you for 20 years. Like, it just rolls off the tongue. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like those cunts that are so mean, and I hate this and I hate them and I fucking hate Mexicans and Latinos and Asians. Like, it's like, it's like almost like you're trying to act in a movie. Like, are you trying to portray this grumpy racist character? I don't understand it, but that's just me anyway. Like, I don't know. Someone who's a bit more introverted might be a bit different and be like, oh, but I don't know. That's just me. Like, it's more effort to be a cunt. Like, to be like a racist cunt. It's like more effort. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
you
it's
know what
more
I mean?
effort for people like us who are normal and level-headed, but these people might not be. They might be, you know, different values. They might
That
be
is
stupid.
true. I feel like we always seem to forget and leave out mental health, which is more than likely the biggest factor of,
Everything.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like that gets left alone. I feel like if you're generally like a racist person, you hate trans and you're like, fuck this, I want to, like, they should be not in the society. Like, we all just go, oh, what a piece of shit. They should all be inclusive and yada, yada, yada. But then we don't sit there.
If he gets off the disabled bus, right?
Like, but no, we don't sit there. We don't sit there and go, hold on a second. Was this guy like abused when he was a kid? Did he have a rough upbringing? Like, is he mentally not all there?
Yeah.
We always seem to forget that too. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's so divided by, you have to do this, you got to do this. But it's like, hold on a second. These motherfuckers probably just aren't right.
Yeah.
That's the main problem. You know that the thing in the White Lotus kind of. I already knew this, but it just blew my mind when I said that last episode. Where like the lefty ideology, right? What bothers me about it, right? I'm all for the inclusivity and everything like that, right? But it's the righteousness, the ego righteousness for all these disadvantaged groups and stuff. But then them personally, it's all about sex and drugs and cheating and fucking being sexually free, and they all want to get fucked up. It's all drugs and sex, and it just seems like the devil. It's like, if you read these things, it's like, if I was the devil, what I would do, and it's like how the devil would kind of take over the world and mask these things and normalize sexual deviance and normalize
Vapes,
trans stuff and normalize men becoming and making men less masculine and normalizing all this shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty jarring, and this stuff's like from fucking decades ago.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of this extreme left ideology seems like that shit. Like, why are they, like in the show, the Sydney Sweeney character, or whatever, they're pricks to the family, but then they seem to have so much
What's
opinions.
the premise of the show? Like, without
So
spoilers?
it's just it's like an anthology. So it's the stories about different characters over a week at a resort. So it's like different groups of characters, their time at the resort.
Oh,
And it's a
okay.
week, and each season has different characters.
Yeah, right.
But they're a family, and there's two girls, and they're like lefty girls, but the mum and the dad are obviously older generation or whatever, and they have these conversations, and the girls seem to care so much about fucking disadvantaged groups and gay people. You sound homophobic and all these black, like, all rights and all this shit, but then they just want to get fucked up. They got all these drugs and they're all about fucking and trying to fuck, and it's like, that's just the left in a nutshell. It's like,
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, it's
It
all
is weird.
deviance. It's just sexual deviance and being, but then all of a sudden you care so much about Palestine and you care so much about this, but then you want to go fuck and cheat and do drugs.
You're shelving a cap in your ass. And
Yeah,
you're like,
it's just weird.
Free Palestine.
It's
I don't
dirty.
know. I don't know
It's dirty.
if we've brought this up on the pod before, but this ties into this perfectly, right? Which this would be a great question to ask, like, someone who just leans so far in one direction. So, have you guys heard of the Universe 25 experiment?
No.
One of the most disturbing studies in the history of science, carried out by an American scientist called John Calhoun between 1958 and 1962. So this was done a while ago, right? It's called Mouse Paradise. He built a mouse paradise with abundant food, water, and space in order to study the social dynamics of growing populations. Initially, the colony prospered, but after 317 days, population growth began to stagnate. Upon reaching 600 mice, serious social problems arose. Hierarchies were being established. The strongest individuals began to attack each other, become aggressive, and have maladaptive behaviors emerged, such as violence between females, a lack of reproductive interest in males, as passive, non-reproductive, beautiful mice, males dominated and birth rate plummeted. Juvenile mortality reached 100%, and the colony collapsed into cannibalism and homosexuality. The experiment was repeated 25 times, all with the same result. They have used this model to study the social collapse and urban sociology. Oh, how do you say that word? Sociology?
Yeah, sociology.
Yeah.
So what caused the
why they started sucking each other off?
I missed a part there.
Because
So,
It's like I feel like that was such a
growing.
random thing to happen at the end. It's like, you know, everything went crumbling down and they all turned homosexual.
no, dude, think of the world today.
It's like at the end of the story, and they're all gay.
Yeah, and the worst part, they were homos.
Think of what we just said.
Yeah, no,
right?
it was a crumble of
Everyone's trying to be inclusive to gays and trans, and this is the same shit with the mice, right? think of the world in the early 2000s. It was kind of like, if you were gay, it was kind of like, oh damn, like, okay, cool, but like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, gay people were scared to come out. Now people are fucking trans with, and they identify as fucking this and that, you know what I'm saying? You got people dressing up as furries because the world is prospering. As we keep growing as a society, for some weird reason, we start to crumble within ourselves. As we keep growing as a society, we keep splitting up into these different fucking groups and then going against each other. And then you know what I mean?
Did you hear that before the Roman Empire fell, there was writings and stuff, apparently, like that's what happened before an empire falls. They get really obsessed with gender politics and really obsessed with social politics and things, and that's a sign of a collapsing empire, which the US has. Each empire lasts what, like 200 years or so. America's about 200 years old. You know, it's like it's true. It's pretty weird when you look at it. Like it's that thing. Hard men make easy times make weak men make hard times make hard men. You know what I mean? Like, we're in that cycle of fucking easy times making weak men.
Exactly. We're in that time right now where everyone can do what they want. People think they're fucking smart and cool because they have their views and their ideas, because they can fucking go on fucking social media, but people don't really know what's actually happening. But you still love to say your bit, right? Everyone's fucking watching porn and Netflix and all this fucking other rubbish, right? And then you all fucking want to, you know, be inclusive to these people and that. But then on the weekend you go fucking drink yourself silly and get fucked up and you do drugs, and then you fucking go fuck this person at the pub. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
dirty.
It's just funny, man. Like, people are so. You guys all love to yap, but you don't like to look in the fucking mirror, bro. And that's what makes me. I just have a little grin, bro, because I'm just doing my thing on the side, trying to be better. I'm just trying to be a good person and not be. But that's why I've been trying to limit. Very proud. My phone usage has gone down from like 6 hours a day. I'm now down at like 3.5 because I'm just trying to cut out the TikTok bullshit time, the fucking the Instagram where everyone's just. I'm just trying to really fucking bring that down, man, reel down. You know, so
it's sad because people will hear at these points and be seething, right? And they hear this stuff and they only half hear and they get angry, they get pent up, and it's like, we're all for inclusivity and being a good, decent fucking human. Most people are. Most people are. You should be allowed to do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting other people. But it's just funny when you look at it and like everyone's so for Palestine and so for all this stuff, but then they don't know what's going on in Africa. Which is, there's horrendous wars going on in Africa and such injustice, but because you're only told to care about this one thing.
Because they took their land apparently from this and then that and that.
Just care for everybody, and you should be aware of that. It's fine to not be educated on something because we don't get shown it. I'm not educated on what's going on in Africa either, but I know it's happening and it's terrible. But I'm not then going all in on Palestine on like it's the fucking world's most, horrific pressing issue, because I know injustice is everywhere, man. You should just have that same love and compassion for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And, we'll end there, I think, just because I want you guys to really think about what we just said. We spoke about some really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we said, we're all for being inclusive and everyone gets to eat together, you know, but like, just really be mindful when you guys go so ham on one topic and then you just leave out everything else. Like you're just nitpicking what you want to give a fuck about, like any of us care.
And are they the real issues? You know what I mean? Like the standard issues, like, in America, healthcare, this and that, all this war, like, wars and all that shit. But when you come to like gender and all that stuff, that you're kind of splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, this is what we're doing? Like, it's kind of, you feel a bit ridiculous. But inclusivity, but
peace and love as always, man. Everyone in the community is welcome, especially here at FireCast.
And to prove that I'm not a homosexual, I will suck a dick live next week.
Next week, Joey's sucking.
Yeah.
Joey, close us out, man. Say something fucking cool, something fucking to get the spirits up again.
Inclusivity, and if you feel too bad, just suck a dick.
Great advice.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Great
Thank
advice.
you.
Salut.